It's cloudy. It's a little cool, but it's time to celebrate. The Cavaliers have gotten it done. For much of this series, it was ugly. For most of the first half, it was ugly. But the Cavaliers in the final, 26, 27, 28 minutes of this game played great. Took care of business, went on a big run at the end of the first half, and dominated the second half, led by not Donovan Mitchell, not James Harden, not Evan Mobley, not Dennis Schroeder, not anybody but Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen, the much maligned by many people, including me. Jarrett Allen with the game of his career. What a performance in this closing Game 7 when James Harden was non-existent for most of the night offensively. Donovan Mitchell was okay. Evan Mobley was in foul trouble. They needed somebody to pick it up, and Jarrett Allen was unbelievable. It's the best game of his Cavs career, probably the best game of his entire career. I'm not just talking about the points. Obviously, he scored more than 22 points before, but if you look at the magnitude of the situation, what the other big stars were doing in this game, struggling to shoot. Donovan shot it well from inside the three-point line. He was 7 for 11, but 2 for 9 from 3. James Harden, a terrible night shooting except for the line. Jarrett Allen, 7 of 11 from the field, 8 of 14 from the line. Not great, but all right, could have more points. He was all over the glass, 19 boards, including 8 offensive, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, only 2 turnovers. He had a plus 13, best of any of the starters. He was absolutely fantastic. He is without a doubt, star of the game is Jarrett Allen. What a performance. We've questioned his toughness. We've questioned his want to. We've questioned his will. We've questioned everything about him. And we probably will again if the Cavs shit the bed in the next round against Detroit. But for tonight, we celebrate Jarrett Allen, give him a ton of credit. We didn't even put up with R.J. Barrett's nonsense at the end of the game. He was fantastic. Fantastic. What else can you say? There was nobody else doing much, and he just did it all. He did it all in the fourth quarter. He absolutely did it all, late third, early fourth. He was scintillating, sensational, phenomenal, beautiful, incredible. Jarrett Allen, kudos to you. 22 and 19, unbelievable job. The Cavs, who got out-hustled, outplayed a lot of times, but really out-hustled and manhandled for much of this series, took it to the Raptors in the final 26, 27, 28 minutes of this game. You look at the rebounding. The Cavs nearly doubled the Raptors in terms of rebounding. 60 rebounds for the Cavs. 33 for the Raptors. Jarrett Allen had 8 offensive rebounds. Only one player on the Raptors, Scotty Barnes, had more than that total rebounds. He had 9 total rebounds. Everybody else on the Raptors, in fact, everybody else in this game besides Jalen Tyson, Max Strus, and Scotty Barnes had less rebounds than Jarrett Allen had offensive rebounds. Great performances off the bench. It's the best we've seen Jalen Tyson play in a while. 7 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 0 turnovers. Sam Merrill had 13, hit 3 threes in this one. Max Strus playing like a fucking animal. He didn't shoot very well, but he was amazing. 12 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 4 offensive rebounds. Max Strus second in the game in offensive rebounds. By the way, Jarrett Allen had more offensive rebounds than the entire Raptors roster. There were 27 total offensive rebounds in this game. Jarrett Allen had 8 of them, and Max Strus had 4. They combined for more than half of the offensive rebounds in the game. Donovan did finish with 22 points, 3 rebounds. James Harden, 18, 6, and 3. But let's face it, it was the others, led by Jarrett Allen, but Tyson, Merrill, and Strus all played great in this game. And they had the 4 best plus minus. I know my guy Mikey McNuggets loves the plus minus, but James Harden did not have a good game, and they were able to overcome that. Donovan, a little bit of a quiet first half, better second half. Outside of the threes, he played pretty well. Mobley was in foul trouble, so he missed a lot of time. He shot well, but only 13 points, but 7 boards, 4 assists, and a block for him. And Dean Wade in 21 minutes, 5 points, 4 boards, 2 turnovers. Cavs turned it over 12 times, I think, in the first half, and only 4 in the second half. And listen, I know the series was ugly, but look who you play in Detroit. Now, kudos to them. Great comeback, but they had to go 7 to beat the 8 seed. So I know it was ugly at times, but I feel good about this team. I love the way they closed out this series. I know Harden's going to play better. I know Mitchell's going to play better. And now you're playing a Pistons team that they went the distance also. And it should be a great series. And I like the Cavs' chances of winning. In fact, I'm going to pick them to win. I'm going to pick Cavs in 6 in the next round. And I think we're going to have, I don't know how I feel about the Knicks Sixers series. My nephew, who's a huge Knicks fan, shout out to my nephew Ian Lasardo, he did not want the Knicks to have to play the Sixers. He said he'd rather than play the Celtics, but I don't know. Embiid will choke. I think it's going to be a Knicks-Cavs Eastern Conference final. Now, let's set up the situation here for the playoffs going into the next round. The next round gets going tomorrow. No Cavs, obviously. 8 p.m., Sixers-Knicks. 9:30 T-Wolves Spurs, and then right back to it on Tuesday for the Cavs. Cavs-Pistons in Detroit, 7 p.m. is the start time. On Tuesday night, Game 1, it's on NBC, Channel 3. And then at 8:30, Lakers Thunder. Cavs will play. So here's the schedule that we got as of now. I'll bring it up. All right. I'm going to have to go back to the scoreboard here. Okay. So Game 1 is Tuesday, as I mentioned, 7 p.m. in Detroit. Game 2, Thursday, 7 p.m. in Detroit. That's also a 7 o'clock start. Game 3, the next game in Cleveland, is 3 p.m. on Saturday. 3 p.m. Saturday, Pistons at the Cavs. Game 4 will be Monday at 8 o'clock. And then if necessary, the rest of the series would be, I think, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, with times to be determined. Yeah, that's it. So the Cavs are playing every other day going forward through this next series, starting with Tuesday, Game 1. Tuesday, Game 1 in Detroit. Again, 7 o'clock start on NBC, WKYC Channel 3. Game 2 is on Prime on Thursday, and Game 3 is on NBC and Peacock as well, but Channel 3. And then Game 4 also on NBC, the 8 p.m. So 7 on Tuesday, 7 on Thursday, 3 on Saturday, and 8 on Monday. That's the lineup for the Cavs for the first 4 games. And then the following Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, if it gets to that, we shall see. But the Cavs win 114-102. They move on to the Eastern Conference semifinals. If you missed it earlier today, Detroit takes care of business. It was the second quarter really determined this game. Detroit was down 2 at the end of the first quarter. In the second and third quarters, the Pistons outscored the Magic 63-42, and that did it. There was an even fourth quarter, but 116-94 the final there. Cade Cunningham leading the way with 32, and Tobias Harris had 30 in the game. So That's where we stand. The Cavs are winners. You see the numbers again by the phenomenal Jarrett Allen. Fishman, Merrill and Strus in the first half saved this team. They did. Cavs were on the brink there a couple of times, it felt like, down 10, 12 points in the second quarter. Jillian Lepresti, go Cavs, never had a doubt. LOL, MVP Allen. Rich Rockster, we now the North. Well, I like that line, Rich, but Detroit's further north than Cleveland. So they are. Bob Roberto, J.A., Lee, Leighton, Ginger. Let's go. Jason Hugg, live. The playoff basketball. They played playoff basketball, says Schultz 82. Josh Shibo, let's go. Captain Crypto, what a second half. Danielle Dink, Jarrett Allen finally showing up. Let's fucking go. Yes. Jim says Allen played like a man possessed. That he did. Can he inject that intensity to the other players? Oh, let's hope so. Boys look tough, said Joe. It's what we wanted from Jarrett, said Param Shot. Let's fucking go, KW Outdoors. Jalen says defense was great. Alex says Game 7 Jarrett Allen canceled out Game 7 Harden. Yes, it did. Mr. Steve, let's go Cavs. Joe Shibo, can we talk about the headbutt? Yeah, what was Max Strus thinking there? That was bizarre. I don't know why he did that. He kind of lost his mind. Rob does weather. I have to say, Bull, I don't think this team played to its ceiling in a single game of the series. If they can figure it out, I hope. The problem is they haven't shown us that ceiling yet. No, that's true. That's fair. They kind of did it for the last 27 minutes. Well, I wouldn't even say that because, they weren't great offensively besides Jarrett down the stretch. So, yeah, I think you're right. Oh, I said the Cavs had 12 turnovers in the first half, 4 in the second half. TU mid-distance is correcting me. We'll have to double-check that. He says it was 13 and 3. Either way, it was bad in the first half as usual, great in the second half. Jalen says as long as they pick up the slack of each other, I'm fine. Justin Trimble, Allen better than Mobley. Don't be prisoner of the moment. Mobley's been the better player of the series. Come on, be fair. Tonight, though, it was Allen, no doubt. KTB, the best surprise. Jarrett freaking Allen playing angry and going off. Hell yes. Mason, let's go Cavs. Dr. Dredd, these Raps are really good team. Cavs are lucky to get out with a win. Credit the Raptors, man. They played a hell of a series. Give them credit. They were shorthanded big time, and they hung in there till the they even at the end they were fighting there, had a chance to really cut it down. But they're a gutsy team, no doubt. Cavs were pushed big time. KFB, hey Bull, random insight. Harden was talking up Huddles and other guys all night. Didn't think he'd be such a vocal leader. Love it. Infinity, Strus with the headbutt to set the tone. I don't think he did it for that. I don't even think he realized what he did. I like the toughness overall. You don't want to get – the reason I'm worried, you don't want to get kicked out of a game or it lead to a suspension. We don't need that. But I love the intensity. I love that they didn't back down when R.J. Barrett kind of came after Jarrett Allen. That was all good. The outdoor carnivore. Max turned up the intensity and couldn't turn it back down. His off-ball defense was intense. Yeah, they played great D. They really did. DP, that's the Allen we need, and I love it. Yes. Tony Rings, I think the longer series will be good for us. These guys get as much playing time as possible before the big dogs. Mr. Chairman of the Board, great contributions from Allen and Strus tonight. Raptors proved that they aren't. As much as I curse, I'm not going to say that word. Snake Doctor, no one will see Game 1 because it's on effing Peacock. I think, no, it is, but I think it's also on, I believe it's also on NBC, Channel 3. Is it not? Let me double check this. Yeah, it says NBC Network Peacock. Oh, no. How do you not have it locally in Cleveland? We'll have to double check this. It's got to be on locally. You can't be showing Lakers Thunder at 8:30 on Channel 3 in Cleveland. That would be insane. But you may be right. All right. I thought it said NBC. That's nuts. We gotta figure that out. Chris says Jason Tyson was a pest. S-Lock looked like they actually fought. Busted Baxter. Yo, Adam, you on tomorrow? No, I got a day off tomorrow. I'll have podcast Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday, and I'll be on UCSS Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You get a free Peacock trial, says S.H. Lack. Yeah, get it free for a week or whatever. Or pay for it for 1 month. It's not that expensive for 1 month. I mean, Peacock kind of sucks in terms of TV programming, but anyway. J-Bone, both teams are coming off Game 7, so they should be even as far as energy, yeah. I would think so. And the Pistons, they had to win 3 straight. They're at home, though. That's an advantage, but it's not a big trip, obviously. There you go. All right. Just real quick, especially because I'm not going to be on tomorrow. Nice job by the Guardians also this weekend, getting the victory today. Oh, well, not today, but overall this weekend. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They take 2 of 3 from the A's. The 3-game winning streak did come to an end today. Parker Messick, a rare bad performance. The bats had been hot. The Guardians had scored 22 runs the last 2 games, but Travis Bazzana got some hits. He got his first hit yesterday, and then I think had 2 today. Yeah, 2 for 3 for Bazzana. He also walked, so got on base 3 out of 4 times. Chased the Lauder at his first home run in a while. Messick, though, struggled 4 runs in 5 innings. So the Guardians do lose 7-1, but overall good weekend, taking 2 out of 3. So overall great weekend. Cavs win. They move on to the next round. Game 1 Monday at 7. On Tuesday, I will be on live with Dustin at 8:30 a.m. to preview Game 1, Cavs Pistons. And then Tuesday night, about probably 9:45 or so, I'll be on with you following Game 1, Cavs Pistons. Hopefully we can celebrate a win there. Thanks, everybody, for joining me tonight. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I love you all. Everybody have a great night, and I'll talk to you on Tuesday. Where else but right here in the bullpen with Adam the Bull. Thanks to Levi. Thanks to Ernie. We'll talk to you next time. See you, everybody.